The UK is a net importer, so basically, if its currency falls, everything increases in
Yeah.
price. So um, you're right. Everybody wants to blame something, and that makes them feel good. As long as they punch somebody in the face, then they can walk away from the problem. But that's not really going to solve the issue. So, but a range of different issues. So a weaker currency, and the currency has definitely been weaker over the last couple of years. No real reason why it should be weaker, but it has got weaker, and people have to take responsibility for that. But when you're importing and you are a net importer, every drop in that currency has a classic impact on you. And but the if I looked at the futures price of commodities in say March last year, and then I looked at as they forgetting because everybody's blaming the war now as well. So when it's nothing to do with the war because the inflation was there before it. I mean the war has not
Yeah.
helped, but but that inflation was there before. If you look at it, and I'll take this and I'll go back to 2003. So in 2003, just before that, the CFTP, which is supposed to regulate any loopholes in how commodity markets work, the CFTP changed two particular laws and those, I'll explain this as simply as I possibly can, but they changed two really important laws, and those were what's called an over-the-counter swap. To explain what these two words are, the next two sentences are, when commodity markets should not be dominated by investors, therefore driving up the prices of commodities because they can do that. But through lobbying, the CFTP then changed two particular laws which allowed what's called an over-the-counter swap. So that's someone who can invest directly into commodities that perhaps shouldn't be there. Yeah, they invest into commodities over here, and then they hide it through an over-the-counter swap with the bank, so they can effectively hide that trade. Then they changed another law which was called buying on margin. So instead of putting down if you want to be exposed to £1 million worth of the upside in a commodity because you want to get the return on it, you could actually put down 8% of that trade and effectively leverage the rest, i.e. borrow the rest. Now, just think about how much you're at risk if you're wrong with that bet. You've got to know that that's going to go up. Now, at the time, you'd have seen Goldman Sachs were talking about oil going to $200 a barrel. Everything was going that way.